Hey there, tech fans. Rick here again with another review, and today I have the Orei WHD-330K wireless HDMI extender kit. This product was engineered to make it incredibly easy for you to share all of your HDMI media content with a second location up to 200 meters away over a 5G wireless connection. The unit features local loopback functionality on the transmitter side, which allows you to enjoy the content here while you're simultaneously broadcasting it to the remote location. You can even expand this system to a second receiver and broadcast the same content to two locations simultaneously. The kit includes a set of infrared blasters that will pick up the remote control signals from that secondary location and send those back over the same wireless connection to your primary location so you can actually control the content you're watching. The unit fully supports high definition 1080p content and is HDCP 1.3 compliant for the best in copy protection. Now, as part of this overview, I'd like to start with an unboxing just to show you everything that's included with the kit, and then I'll take a closer look at both of the modules and explain the connections you'll need to make to use these with your own equipment, and then I'll come back and point out a few things that really separate this kit from other wireless HDMI extenders on the market. So let's get started with the unboxing. When you pop open the box, you'll find a transmitter module, a receiver module, a set of antennas for both of those modules. You'll find two power supplies. These are 5-volt DC power supplies. You'll plug this into any standard wall outlet. The other end has a barrel connection on it, which plugs into the back of the module, and that's all the power you'll need to operate the system. You'll also find two infrared blasters and some sticky pads you can use to attach those to your media equipment. You'll also find a set of brackets that can be used to mount these up off the ground and out of the way. And finally, a full instruction manual is also included with connection diagrams, specifications, and all the information you'll need to understand to use this with your own equipment. So if you stay tuned, next I'll take a closer look at the modules and explain the connections, and then I'll come back and point out some of the key things that really separate this from other products in the market that are similar. The kit includes both a transmitter and a receiver module, both of which feature full metal enclosures, which make them extremely durable and help to minimize outside interference from causing any issues with the electronics inside or with the transmission between the modules. You'll also find a pair of antennas for the receiver and a second pair of antennas for the transmitter, and you can attach these antennas by simply screwing them onto the antenna posts on the back, finger tight, and then stand them up like this for the best reception. Now we'll take a closer look at the transmitter module. On the front, you'll find a reset button and three LEDs, power, link, and status. The reset button allows you to reset the module if needed, and you can do that by holding this button in for a couple of seconds, and it'll actually go through a reset routine. To the right of that is a power indicator. The minute you add power to this module, it starts an internal power on self-test where it's checking all the electronics inside the unit, and once it passes that test, it'll light that LED letting you know it's ready to use. The link indicator comes on when a connection is made over the wireless connection between these two units. So once they're powered up and they handshake and make a wireless connection, the link light will come on both these modules, letting you know it's ready to transmit data. To the right of that is a status indicator. Once you start sending data over that wireless connection, the status indicator will blink. So under normal operation, the power indicator, the link indicator should be on solid, and the status indicator should be blinking. On the rear of the unit, you'll find two full-size HDMI connections here, HDMI in and HDMI out. The HDMI in port connects up to whatever media device you'd like to share the content from with the second location, and the HDMI output port is used for the loopback function that allows you to enjoy the content you're sending to that secondary location right here at the primary location by connecting an HDMI cable up from this to a monitor, and you can enjoy that content. These are the two antenna studs. Again, there are two more here on the receiver unit. To the right of those two HDMI connections are an infrared port, and that's used with the blasters. And if you notice, the blasters are labeled. This one's a transmit, and the other one is labeled receive. And it's important you match up the transmitter with the transmitter and the receiver with the receiver, and you'll simply plug this 3.5mm plug right into that port, and that's all you have to do there. To the right of that is a power port. You can use the included power supply, plug it into the wall, plug the barrel connection in here, and that's all the power you'll need. The receiver unit looks fairly similar. It's got a reset button on the front. Same three indicators to the right. Again, they should be on solid for the first two, and the third one should be blinking. If you have to reset it, tap that reset button, it'll go through a reset routine. On the rear of this one, you'll find a single HDMI connection, and that connects up to the monitor you're going to use at that secondary location to enjoy the content. Here's the infrared blaster port, just like on the transmitter, and you'll plug the receiver into that 3.5mm plug there. And there's the power port. You can use that second power supply to power up this unit, and here are the two antenna studs. And that's pretty much all you need to know about the kit. It's very easy to connect. I hope you found that closer look helpful, and now I'll point out a few key things that really help to separate this wireless HDMI extender kit from others on the market. And the first one has to do with the transmission. This system uses the very latest 5G transmission technology, which means you're going to have a rock-solid connection between the primary and secondary locations, and you'll never have to worry about interference or dropouts. Some of the other wireless solutions on the market use older transmission technologies, which can collide with Wi-Fi networks and appliances in your home, and you may have dropouts and pixelization at the remote side. Another nice feature is the local loopback functionality built into the transmitter unit, which allows you to enjoy the content here at the primary site while you're broadcasting it to the secondary site. Some of the other solutions don't provide that, which means you essentially unplug your media device from your monitor, plug it into the transmitter, and send it to the secondary site, but you can't enjoy the content at your primary site at the same time. Another nice feature is the fact that this will support 2 remote locations at the same time simply by plugging in another receiver and connecting it up to the transmitter. Another nice feature is the infrared blaster kit that's included, which will pick up the remote control signals from that secondary location and send those back over the same wireless connection to the primary location, so remotely you can even control the content you're watching. Now, systems that don't provide that type of infrared transmission back to the primary site means that if you're at that second location, if you want to pause the video, you've got to run down to the primary site, hit the pause button, hit the play button, and run back up to that secondary site. So that makes it extremely convenient. Everything you need to get started is included with the kit, and with a few simple connections, you can be up and running in no time. So I hope you found this helpful, and until next time, stay nerdy!